Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream. A passport to the future. And the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning with a footprint of students in 130 countries worldwide. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Since the founding of the university in 1873 as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities to former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in the more than 900,000 alumni making their mark in diverse fields and capacities. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makelneek campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. We encouraged our students to communicate with the university via online platforms, but you can visit the Unisa's Sunnyside campus, the perfect setting for students to engage with fellow students over a cup of inspiration. The Science Campus in Florida, Johannesburg, is designed to meet the education and research needs of students in a range of programs, including agriculture, nature conservation, consumer sciences, engineering, computing, and physics, to name a few. Students in the sciences now have access to Unisa's own laboratories, housing some of the most state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment available. Distance learning requires that you study at your own time and in your own space, but that doesn't mean you're on your own. You can also visit a Unisa regional center to get advice, meet other students, make use of Unisa services, have conversations with counselors, and use our academic libraries. We offer an unparalleled range of study choices, ranging from short courses and certificate programs to 3- and 4-year degrees, diplomas, as well as master's and doctoral degrees, with close to 380,000 current students. Our rich tapestry of study disciplines includes the College of Accounting Sciences, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Economic and Management Sciences, Education, Graduate Studies, Human Sciences, Law, Science, Engineering and Technology, and the Graduate School of Business Leadership, as well as the Thabo Mbeki School of Public and International Affairs. As a comprehensive open-distance e-learning pioneer, Unisa is known for delivering well-designed, interactive study material and integrated student support. Students have access to a menu of support services ranging from face-to-face tutorials and academic literacy services to study groups and e-tutors. One of Unisa's main aims is to harness the new and emerging potential in information and communication technology, catapulting the university into a truly digital future. To this end, examinations are conducted on college-specific exam portals and are accessed from the My Exams portal. Unisa is well placed to address society's most demanding challenges by using research to meaningfully transform the lives of those in our communities. To that end, Unisa is working towards instituting the following catalytic niche areas: Marine Studies, Aviation and Aeronautical Studies, Automotive Studies, Energy Studies, Space Study and Square Kilometer Array, Fourth Industrial Revolution and Digitalization, Natural Sciences, Health Studies or Medicine, Feminist, Womanist, Bosadi Theorizations, and Student Support and Co-Curricular Activities. As Africa's leading open-distance e-learning university, Unisa strives to keep up with the constantly evolving higher education landscape in order to serve our students to the best of our ability. We can reflect with great pride on the past 150 years of transformational education, and we are confident in our ability to succeed and become a truly high-performance university as we define tomorrow.
The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. you will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area, where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievement being celebrated on this occasion. Please be seated. Good afternoon. I have been instructed not to proceed with the gathering unless you acknowledge my greetings sufficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, as I greeted you, let me express my delight and my gratitude that I've been asked to preside over this ceremony this afternoon. And joining you, the class of 2023, as you graduate. This is indeed a joyful occasion that marks a significant milestone in your own personal and academic careers. And what's even more striking is that you are graduating in 2023, the year that the University of South Africa is in celebration of 150 years of its existence. And so, in the coming weeks and coming months, the institution will be celebrating and cutting numerous cakes and sharing across the length and breadth of this country. A brief history. Unisa started as the first South African university, then called the University of Cape of Good Hope, which was established in 1873 by an act of the Cape Colonies Parliament. Though not in this current form, it was modeled along the University of London, and its main function was not to provide direct teaching, but instead it was established to set standards, academic standards, and examination for associated university colleges. After the unification of South Africa into the Union of South Africa in 1910, a single university was established to oversee all colleges across the country. Renamed the University of South Africa in 1916, it then relocated to Pretoria in 1918, and it became a dedicated examination center for many of the institutions that stand today as South Africa's major independent universities. So you talk about Wits, you talk about University of Limpopo, you talk about University of Pretoria, they all grew out of this august institution. In 1946, as the last of Unisa's colleges moved towards independence, Unisa began offering postal tuition, and since then it has grown into one of the world's largest distance learning institutions with more than 400,000 students in 130 countries. So on this occasion, some might say, you, the graduate, are also reaching a significant milestone. You are actually coming of age. And through the many years you spent studying at Unisa, this graduation gives you the right to be proud, the right to passage. After all, you overcame COVID-19. That you are here graduating, it means you also overcame all those lockdown restrictions that prevented you from doing many things, some of which related to your own studying. And here, today, you are graduating. So you really must pat yourself on the back for this achievement. Unisa heartily also welcomes the presence of your parents, your siblings, your partners, and sponsors who are today here, the guests to this momentous occasion. They played an important role in this academic journey and had to forego the niceties of life in order to support you. Their joy today is tinged with the relief of knowing that you can now make up the sacrifices for them that they made for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to acknowledge some of the colleagues here who will be assisting me in presiding over this ceremony. I have Dr. B.A. Dube, Acting Director, School of Law. I have Professor D.D. Mputi, who represents the College of Human Sciences. From the College of Economic and Management Sciences, I've got Professor Chilizi Nenjerere, who is the Director of the School of Public and Operations Management. From the College of Science and Engineering and Technology, I've got Professor T. Kambule, as well as Professor M.K. Mate. And from the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, I've got Professor L.L. Sibali, who is the Director of School of Ecological and Human Sustainability. From the College of Education, I've got Dr. Luvalo, as well as Dr. Skosana. And from the College of Accounting Sciences, I have got Dr. C.N. Chukutuma, who is the Head Office of the Graduate Studies and Research. And I also have Professor P. Msweli, the Executive Dean of the Graduate School of Business Leadership. With us also here are the supervisors to some of the students who will be receiving their doctoral degrees. I've got Dr. S. Musebi, Dr. N. Zimu Biela, Professor T.A. Mapotse, Professor G. van der Berg, and Professor G.P.R. Hubert. Ladies and gentlemen, we also are proud to give a special note that Ms. Ntsako Jubeline Maluleka, who is the Deputy Speaker, Tshwane Regional Office of our Student Representative Council, will be receiving her LLB degree from the College of Law, and she's accompanied by her family and friends. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy the proceedings of this ceremony. At this point, I'll request that Professor M.M. van Wyk ascend to the podium to deliver the Chancellor's address.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's better. As a teacher, as a qualified teacher, you always come to your class and you greet them and you can feel the spirit in that classroom. Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Mogale, a representative in the Office of the Registrar, Mr. Chauke, Deans of Colleges, college representatives, supervisors, academics and support staff, students, families, and friends. Welcome to the special event in our academic calendar. You will agree that each graduation is always a special event. With reference to the welcome message in the program, the VC and principal, open quote, your graduation takes place in a special year in the history of the University of South Africa. It is exactly 150 years since our university was established. This makes your graduation very special today. Throughout the century and a half, Unisa have produced knowledge and shaping histories. Unisa have established itself as the center of academic excellence in Africa and the world at large, I close quote. Our theme for our celebrations this year, entitled Reclaiming Africa's Intellectual Features, sets the tone for our academic project. We are among the best in the business of delivery distance education. Yes, we are #1 in Africa. So we deliver quality online programs. We are proud ourselves in providing high quality academic programs which you attest to. Excellent innovative research and engaged scholarship for sustainable development goals. The title of my address today, Resilience as Virtue of the Human Spirit. Resilience as virtue of the human spirit. Let me remind you of some of the major global crises that we have faced the last decade. We still remember the 9/11 bombings of the World Trade Center in the USA. It was flashing around the globe. CNN was doing that. The worst of the tsunami flooding on the 26th, a day after Christmas in 2004, hit the coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. 250,000 of the people passed in that tragic event. And yes, you still remember the global crisis, the global COVID-19 pandemic, and millions lost their lives. We still vividly remember last year the KwaZulu-Natal floods, devastating loss of lives, and currently the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. When we reflect on the pandemic as a lived experience, it has a major impact on our lives. We have lost loved ones, jobs, but never despair. We have experienced challenges, but we have overcome. Through proactive measures and successfully mitigating these challenges, we have succeeded, and therefore you're sitting here today. And you are a living testimony of that. Daily newspaper reports about, and TV stations accolade and broad sentiment of a hopelessness. We see pictures of gender-based violence, we see murder, we see crimes, we see all these unethical things on our media. And make matters worse, we have load shedding, which impact your lives, our lives, and the economy. But there is hope. I want to bring to you a true story of a journey of a young man, 20 years old, that shows courage, hardship, and bravery. The title of this story is called A Syrian Refugee Journey to Accomplish a Dream. The ongoing Syrian war started in the 15th of March 2011, left thousands of people killed, injured, and displaced, with countless homeless, hospitals and schools destroyed or damaged. This young man is called Tahir. He was a final year education student at the university. It's called Arab International University in Damascus, Syria, when he decided to flee his country and seek protection in the neighboring country called Lebanon. His time in Lebanon was not good. The growing Syrian refugees population was putting a strain on the Lebanese economy and infrastructure, and tensions arose. He decided to move to Cairo, Egypt, staying with a friend and continue his studies. Again, tensions arise in Egypt, and the government declared a military curfew. The police even interrogate his friend, which was also a university student at the University of Cairo. Then he escaped out of Egypt after he saved up 2,000 rand to take one-way boat trip to Italy. He went through these rough seas. Some of these boats sink. Many of them lost their lives in the Mediterranean. Tahir had no other option. He can't go back. He had no passport, he had no money, no clothes, but he was happy to be alive. Tahir made his way through the rough seas, through the hardship, and finally ended up in Milan without a cent. But along the road, he met a friend that had a similar experience from his own country. They went into Western Germany. They applied for asylum seeker, and they received it. Tahir traveled over 5,000 kilometers to seek his living dream. Thousands of refugees have lost their lives, but Tahir have the courage, the bravery to move on no matter the circumstances. Ultimately, 3 years ago, he qualified as a science teacher at the very same Arab International University, and currently he teaches refugee children at the German Refugee Center. Wow, what amazing, inspiring story. Based on this journey, he had gone through difficult times, but successfully adapting to the circumstances. He had to go through mental, emotional, physical, and political barriers. He made adjustments and externally and internally demands in the drive to succeed. So what can we learn from the story? Number one, the circumstances was not favorable for Tahir. Hardship, a dangerous passage of water to overcome. He's a risk taker. He was borderless and he was a refugee, but he never gave on his dream. Finally, as a qualified teacher, he told the learners in his class about his experience. And one of the learners in his class wrote a poem to him to thank him that he have come to change their lives because he was in service of humanity. What is the moral of the story? It seems there was no political will to resolve this crisis in Tahir's country, and the international community is reluctant to intervene. But because of this amazing story of courage, bravery of a young man to achieve his dream of becoming a professional teacher, inspire me as standing here and reading this Chancellor address to you, and you are listening to it. Literature reveals that there are different types of resilience that we can develop in us, and that is physical resilience, mental resilience, emotional resilience, and social resilience. But to think only a few, maybe some of you also went through a particular passage like that. Maybe it's today your first degree or your first diploma, and some of you are sitting here. Maybe this is your doctor's degree, and you can tell your own story. You agree with me? What was the ultimate standing out point in Tahir's life? It was resilience, as the virtue of the human spirit. It is based on a strong belief, a hope, and an unwavering faith. And when you have and if you have hope, as the acting Chancellor said to us, this university was birthed as Cape of Hope. So this university is giving hope. You believe that it will be better soon. Hope helps you to stay focused during difficult times, and be of good courage. In sum, Tahir's journey as a refugee and your story run concurrently on the basis of your human spirit of resilience, because of your relentless belief of becoming your dream. And you are sitting in the reality of that dream today. A study by Corner and Davison, 2003, did a study on the characteristics of resilient people. And this study has shown that resilience is viewed as a measure of stress coping ability and is an important treatment to an anxiety, depression, and stress actions. The results show that these type of people, they believe to succeed, and they have a hope for the future. They have courage. They drawn from their inner strength. They are flexible. They are compassionate. They have a positive mindset. And they surround themselves with good people and people that care for them. And finally, the result said they learned from their mistakes and converted that into success. Let me remind you, you have faced challenges, yes, but you have focus. You have never given up on your dream of studying at this university. You have made an excellent choice to study at Unisa, the mother of all universities in South Africa, which bears the name of your country. Our university has given hope to many before you. So I believe today, Unisa is giving that same hope to you. It inspires you to be better, to be in the service of humanity. And yes, this afternoon, you experience the reality. You are living your dream because of faith, hope, and resilience. According to Amanda Ripley, resilience is a precious skill. People that have it have 3 advantages: a belief that they will influence life events, a tendency to find meaning and purpose in life's turmoil, and a conviction that they can learn from positive and negative experience. Let me conclude. Unisa has produced resilient leaders that have influenced the history of our country, Africa, and globally. One of our great political leaders and Unisa alumni, former President Dr. Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, demonstrated that virtue of bravery, courage, and integrity as a shining example of a great, resilient, and ethical leader. I found through life experiences that gratitude and appreciation is the key to resilience. There is no doubt that we have resilient leaders amongst us here today. To claim our intellectual spaces, together we must join hands in offering strong, resilient leadership, support for one another, stay committed, and display an ethical conduct in the service of humanity. I believe that you, sitting on my left and in front of me, have passed the test of resilience with distinction. The question remains to you today: are you going to use your distinction in resilience, reclaiming Africans' intellectual futures, by acting ethically and demonstrating courage. I thank you.
Thank you, Professor Van Beek, for that thoughtful, thought-provoking, yet inspirational message. Resilience as virtue of human spirit. And thank you for reminding us of the complex world that we live in. Some even call it the VUCA world. The only thing certain about the life and the conditions under which we live, the constant norm is that there will always be change. And thank you for giving that hope that despite all of these challenges, by being resilient and providing us with those examples that you gave, by being resilient, we ultimately will triumph. So thank you very much. And I listened, and I believe you were also already preaching to the converted, because by virtue of being a Unisa graduate, you must have that resilience and perseverance to be able to come here. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, may I kindly request you not to leave the hall before the end of the ceremony. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose name appear in the program, and I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Busiswa Gyan for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request her supervisor, Dr. S. Mosebi, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In her thesis entitled Development of a Nucleic Acid-Based Lateral Flow Assay for Easy Detection of Breast Cancer, she investigates the use of 3 known cancer genes as biomarkers in screening for breast cancer, and she demonstrates the high expression of these genes in human breast cancer and other cancer cell line models. She further develops an assay that can be used as a screening tool for the early detection of breast cancer. The study successfully demonstrates the use of a non-invasive and easy-to-use nucleic acid-based test for detection of cancer biomarkers as an alternative method to the current time-consuming and often costly detection methods. Dr. Scampu was also the co-supervisor on the project.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Busiswa Gyan the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Busiswa Gyan.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Simon Tebogo Lobaka for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate supervisor was Prof. M.A. Rabe, and it is now my privilege to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In his thesis entitled Involvement Beyond Residence, the role of non-resident fathers in raising their children in Tshwane Metro in Gauteng. He investigates how a selected number of black men aim to fulfill fathering roles, even though they do not share a household with their children. A life course perspective is used to show how specific events contribute to hinder these fathers' access to their children. The findings show that many of the participants seek active involvement in their children's lives on a regular basis and to have to overcome preconceived generalized views of uncaring fathers from the judiciary and concerned children's maternal family. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Simon Titebogo Lobaka the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Simon Titebogo Lobaka.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Alegumi Samuel Ndou for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request his supervisor, Dr. N. Zimobiela, to read the citation in support of conferment of the degree.
Mothers, you know the pain of the labor pains of giving birth to a first baby. In my tenure at Unisa, I could not have missed this opportunity to read. Okay. The title of his thesis is Opportunities and Challenges of Integrating Information Literacy as a Credit-Bearing Module into First-Year Level Academic Programs at the University of Venda, South Africa. In his thesis entitled Opportunities and Challenges of Integrating Information Literacy as a Credit-Bearing Module into First-Year Level Academic Programs at the University of Venda, South Africa, he demystifies challenges that hinder the processes of integrating information literacy as a credit-bearing module into the first-year level academic programs. He proposes the integration of local standards, including indigenous epistemologies and languages, into international information literacy standards, such as the Information Literacy Integration Model and the standards of the Association of College and Research Libraries, which were adopted for the study. He makes an invaluable contribution to the existing body of knowledge of library and information science.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I request you to confer on Alegumi Samuel Ndou the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Alegumi Samuel Ndou.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have an honor to introduce to you Tsibo Hoto Matsekoleng for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate supervisor was Professor T.A. Mapote, and it is now my privilege and honor to read the citation on behalf of the supervisor. In his thesis entitled Challenges Confronting Technology, Education, Teachers in Raising Learners' Awareness on Littering in Gauteng Province, he explores challenges confronting technology, education, and teachers in raising learners' awareness on littering issues. Data generated through an observation grid, interviews, research journals, and photographs from grade 8 technology education teachers are analyzed using qualitative content analysis. He identifies the challenges that impede technology, education, and teachers' efforts to raise learners' awareness of littering. The study develops a collective, progressive environmental action research framework for use as a teaching strategy to mitigate some of the challenges. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have an honor to request you to confer on Tsebo Khoto Matsekoleng the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Tsebo Khoto Matsekoleng.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have an honor to introduce to you Khanyisile Yanela Dwabu for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I request the supervisor, Prof. G. van der Berg, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In her thesis entitled A Post-COVID-19 Pandemic Multimedia Framework for Teaching and Learning in Open Distance E-Learning in South Africa, she investigates lecturers' teaching and learning experiences with multimedia during COVID-19. The cognitive theory of multimedia learning underpinned this study, dealing with Meyer's multimedia design principles. She used questionnaires, semi-structured interviews, and document analysis to collect data within a case study research design. The study makes a valuable contribution to the body of knowledge by providing a post-COVID multimedia framework for integrating multimedia in open distance e-learning. The co-supervisor was Professor P.K. Mudau.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have an honor to request you to confer on Khanyisile Yanela Dwabu the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Khanyisile Yanela Dwabu.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Henok Asfaw Hailu, all the way from Ethiopia, for the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership. The candidate supervisor was Professor PMD Relamila, and it is now my privilege to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In his thesis entitled A Conceptual Model for Transforming Construction Companies into Full-Fledged Project-Based Organizations, the case of Ethiopia, he demonstrates that most local construction firms have failed to deliver successful projects due to their capacity-related problems. In a review of the literature of the theory and practice of project-based organizations, he found that a full-fledged PBO is suitable for successful projects. But the design of a project-based organization would be found to be an emerging stream of research with a limited empirical foundation. He therefore aimed at filling this gap by developing a conceptual model that would help transform Ethiopian construction firms into full-fledged PBOs. The study makes a valuable contribution towards improving construction firms' performance. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Enoch Asfaw Hailu the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership on Enoch Asfaw Hailu.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Mbulaheni Victor Mbengwa for the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership. I request his supervisor, Professor J.P.R. Jubair, to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree.
In his thesis entitled Entrepreneurship Framework for the Economic Commercialization of Smallholder Farming in South Africa, he conducts a study involving secondary and participatory primary research. The thesis reflects an innovative model indicating that entrepreneurial leadership, social capital, and competitive advantage play an essential role in ensuring the enterprise performance of smallholder farming, which in turn mediates for commercialization of the enterprises in this sector. The findings of this study could potentially be applied to create jobs, attract youth, reduce poverty, and provide food security for the resource-poor rural communities in South Africa. The co-supervisor was Professor Dion Harold Tustin, and Mr. Vice Chancellor, Acting Vice Chancellor, if I can just mention and congratulate Victor on his second doctorate. Thank you.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Mbulaeni Victor Mbengwa the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership. Congratulations.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Business Leadership on Mbulaeni Victor Mbengwa.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Sho Nyamunga receives the degree of Master of Science.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce the following candidates who received the degree of Master of Business Leadership. The colleague I'm going to call her name up is a staff member from the College of Education, and we congratulate Ms. Raisibe Joyce Lidwaba. The following candidate received the degree of Master of Business Leadership: Musupuloho Josias Muloto.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours: Nondumiso Precious Kumalo, Mahlako Lebotsa, Mtunzi Makambi, Morongwa Glad Nokere, Solofelo Caroline Morudu, Mzigaise Paulos Mpanza, Yagia Nana, Isabella Homozo Rebecca Napoli, John Johnny Lefokhwane Nkadimeng, Tsabeng Nora Senusi, Joanna Velmina van Niekerk, Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Commerce Honours: Audrey Maidi Mello, Tandeka Patience Ngubane. Baba. Okay.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours: Lerato Karabo Butane, Carla Brank, Really Yasman Jonker. Moses Mabale. Moleboheng Queen Mofokeng. Luanda Cheryl Ann Felicia Sohatse. Solofelo Yolanda Sima.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Tabang Albertina Tlou receives the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors. Martha Duduzile Lepoto, Dominic Mametra, Kitiboni Monyeboti, Konanani Prudence Mutsezi, Sarah Machachi Ramanya, Risa Rehman,
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Honors. Cassian Tinashe Zinorewa. Masenya Moses Fisher. Mbali Mabena. Sepang Magdalene Mashapa. Lutendo Munyai. Salatiso Nzumo. Tabile Sipesihle Nkomonye.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honors. Femida Obdiola Abduola. Zusipe Abraham. Temlin Megan, Africa. Quinton Duncan Amod. Tina Amache Wapitan. Shaiseko Precious Baloi. Leslie Cyril Byrons. Kolia Maria Bazeden Hout. Randhir Kumar Bagwandin. Tokozile Sara Buddha. Rembruani Petunia Bupape. Amgelani Busisi Wechabalal. Chadli Chalale. Vincent Charlie, degree obtained with distinction. Rolani Justin Chauke. Muraro Chikara. Sin Robert Chisango. Solofelo Precious Chiwaile. Kellyanne Davis. Sindisiwe Precious Dimba. Ngabi Isa Dudula, degree obtained with distinction. Ivana Beverly Erasmus. Michelle Ambe Said Fortune, degree obtained with distinction. Avishni Governor. Sandra Garson Govender. Sashlin Gavinsemi. Folasade Veronica Graf. Dawood Ishmael. Kaugelo Matsidi Precious Jodol. Mapunga Nathaniel Kamalondo. Solomon Blatehi Kalietse. Tsulufelo Khatetsi. Paulina Mamiki Komo. Becky Dalton Koza. Valentina Chailain Koza. Mark Veneka Notando Kumalo. Siyabonga Siza Kumalo. Grace Palace Akibe. Candice Samantha Knight. Stefan Jacobus Koopman. Ntabiseng Sylvia Judith Kubeka. Keegan Alam Lem. Mamoko Beatrice Lamola. Winnie Mapefu Lidwaba. Makala Suzanne Lukontula. Hemeline Lundi. Sang McDonald Maeke. Yolanda Zanele Mabena. Doreen Machaya. Okay, all right. Nandipa wongikile pateka Masha Madikizel. Kate Matuding Madwana. Godfrey Mahashule. Ntando Magubane. Lucia Maoro. Neheng Maila. Nobile Pumelele Precious Majosi. Dolly Macado. Imelda Matlo Makotonyane. Mamsi Elizabeth Mako. Pindile Quineth Malatsi. Refilwe Lina Malibwe. Tawo Paul Mamabolo. Tabang Hutatso Sinalo Mampane. Wunte Latoya Maodi. Nsako Poshia Majeke. Lebogang Esther Matloko. Precious Nobutle Machata, degree obtained with distinction. Pusumani Sipo Machika. Swarelo Matsididi. Wikanyo Sheli Maupa. James Andrew Calpine. Zandile Lorraine Mchunu. Nkagiseng Priti Mediro. Tom Futi Janet Gidi. Refile Mkuta. Ntswaki Sara Mine. Rita Vile Lorraine Mfukeng. Mukhadi Ruth Mukhale. Dimakatso Praiseworthy Moji. Manare Goblin Muholo. Lorraine Mukwate. Jeneth Sibongile Mukwena. Musa Dan Mukwena. Mushabane Naedi Mukwala. Malisela John Mulala. Etumeleng Mlokome. Pulane Benedicta Munyela. Allow me to drink some water. Riberekile. Eveshni Mudley. Maheshri Mudley. Lydia Sonia Morelle. Janet Kakiso Mutileng. Mamusane Robin Mpirime. Abazifuni Mugada. Jessica Tsimangatso Mutlanga. Lucky Mrauzi. Peter Mrauzi. Anesum Nengiwa. Angeline Nelisiwe Mvumbu. Kombo Selina Mieza. Pranesh Naika. Shamiek Narendes. Nomvuyo Ndamese. Malenje Pumzile Njovu. Musawenko Sinjovu. Ole Tundumdum. Nolita Natasha Ndwalaza. Masana Yolander Ngobeni. Poshia Tuli Sipesi Ngwenya. Sindisiwe Hazel Nyoni.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate is a son-in-law of a retired Professor Lazani, Emil Padachi.
Arwani Olivia Panyana. Homoto Fanuel Peto.
Kyra Elizabeth Pickering, degree obtained with distinction. Tendani Moira Razirani. Lerato Rahueta. Sepiso Loretta Rahosi. Muhari Chamano Ramanyimi. Josephine Mapefo Ramate. Spumelele Robin Rambuda. Vusani Ndiambani Randima. Matoto Ellen Rapoto. Faith Mamutivi Semela. Brandon Gears Scott. Tando Sina Michelle Sehole. Tapela Jacobas Sekete. Teboho Arthur Shokwane. Tumisani Mbijo Prince Shange. Nimrod Matalipula Sholoko. Keti Weshanzeka Purity Sibia. Remvin Singh. Wahangwere Singo. Mbali Skosana. Vincent Sifiso Skosana. Emily Stein. Lazan Semun Tait. Pohole Nanditau. Mutau Daniel Towajan. Sipesisle Shabalala, degree obtained with distinction. Ndivo Chabungwe. Emmanuel Mbui Chense. Patuchezo Chibasa. Libusho Michael Tso. Mahesha Veiran, degree obtained with distinction. Marianne Shamaine Williams, degree obtained with distinction. We are not done with distinction. Gavin Williamson, degree obtained with distinction. Portia Lungile Zulu. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Tembo Lloyd Nukeri receives the degree of Bachelor of Administration Honors.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Musa Goodwill Comfort Moruku receives the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences Honors.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, Koketso Audrey Mahlangu receives the Bachelor of Degrees of Education Honors.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidate received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Zandile Portia Musia. Amalia have Evelyn Tlapo. Lindokuhle Angel Ntombela. Hedrida Bolts. Jan Marie Lang.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Phumzile Nastasia Makwera receives her degree with distinction. Prudence Busisiwe Masina. Tembelihle Carol Mia. Tumi Molife Manotwane. Nikiwe Mkotana. Delta Mangu Munacheng. Ntabiseng Lulama Moteka. Nothando Ndlovu. Rendani Posha Nematsorani. Nokukhanya Edith Phungula. Khanyisa Sangozi. Lynn Lomathamsanqa Chabalala. Lenin Watkins. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Angela Davis received her degree with distinction. Edgar Dick. Ntetelelo Dlamini. Dibuseng Ana Kumalo. Olivia Lerato Lidwaba. Samukelo Tembelihle Lushaba. Masape Joyce Muwahi. Pashi Elizabeth Mushoba. Poleng Melusi Mutaung. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Monique Nightingale received her degree with distinction. Martin Mpo Pasha. Noktula Cynthia Pongwane. Marik Pinar. Malitati Florence Sipambo. Tobani Tosini. Sisanda Punga. Estangwenya. Kumoto Clifford Oliphant. Pride Magwana Pedla. Votivi Flora Makubela.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Karen Govender. Kenneth Jairen. Kahiso Manaswe.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Kabelo Sibila. Rashmika Ement Kumar Taylor.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Laws. Zanele Bam. Makakani Joel Chauke. Naledi Matati Chauke. Shane Derfan. Zihlobo Zenzo Dube. Ishiba Godfrey Kekana. Walter Halake. Gina Itimeleng Khatane. Wisani Jones Kubai. Congrats. Katlejo Machete. Congrats. Mama Ponya Dinah Malashela. Congratulations. Ntsako Jubalin Maluleka. Congrats. Malitema Yolanda Masasane. Gosinati Maseko. Palisa Molen Mashimbie. Congrats. Tinyiko Lucas Matebula. Harold Moane. Katlejo Mohane. Marcelo Ralph Mohokare. Mohaetsi Lebogang Morud. Congratulations. Chirileto Motatinyane. Congratulations. Rendani Mudau. Congrats. Lutendo Mutiva. Congrats. Katlejo Rosetta Tlapo. Congrats. Stembiso Nubunga. Congrats. Homoto Caroline Palazze. Congratulations. Ramadieti Lisedi Brenzi Rachwen. William Buitumelo Teboho Silane. Congratulations. Witi Rebecca Fisachi. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree Bachelor of Arts. Noxolo Ndima. Tebogo Banele Nkosi.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Sokwane Benjamin Tipa receives the degree of Baccalaureus Technologia.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Adrian van Jaarsveld received the degree of Bachelor of Sciences. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Dineo Debbie Petlele received the degree of Bachelor of Consumer Sciences.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor Palesa Deogracias Tau receives the degree of Bachelor of Social Work.
Mama, I made it!
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor Lydia Nokutula Ngobese receives the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Nursing Science. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Tahira Beni. Shiela Tambudzai Mubwandarikwa, degree obtained with distinction.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Langanani Patricia Neluonde, with distinction.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receives the postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Matabo Mokomane Bapela. Elizabeth Kifilwe Bupape. Petty Patricia Hlongwane. Barbara Nozipanga Karudi. Kele Hutle Josephine Komete. Lebogang Maria Loke. Peter Kolofelo Maibele. Koketso Mary Jane Lesedi Maimela. Mashoto Hope Malaka. Matome Edwin Malachi. Dineo Lilian Malibe. Pindile Joyce Mativela. Selina Polo Matsidiso. Mama Kasha Dora Mawera. Ngabi Sam TV. Amkelane Musingwa. Camera. Lindy we nonte ole tupel mkwanazi. Nokusho Mamaki Mnisi. Adam Mashao Muilwa. Mamoncho Miriam Mujela. Kolani Ngono. Siseko Njobeni.
Nhlanhla Johannes Radebe. Paulette Serrane. Eunice Lebogang Tema. Nomtandazo Janet Tobane. Tijila Sinyelo Mukono.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Helen Tabang Kekana. Chaka Mishak Kubeka. Malebo Gladys Kunyamane. Senzekile Shanette Mabena. Lebogang Charles Malakwane. Rifensi Dorothy Malema. Neo Manya. Majepe Sharon Mashupu. Ramokono Jeanette Shao.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the Graduate School of Business Leadership. Katochelo Gloria Mbanda. Sefiri Obet Victor Sihowa.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Ntlalala Theo Baloy. Kensani Prudence Shabalala. Andisiwe Tia. Basani Nefni Hlungwani. Osejo Khomari. Your card. Khotso Edgara Kekana. Lerato Susan Kelapile. Kolisiwe Paulina Maboy. Ipeleng Mayema. Kiotsepile Athelia Mafatse. Rochelle Lebochang Machopa. We're not supposed to do that. Juana Cajisho Mashabella. Ivy Prudence Cholofelo Matebula. Nondiwe Mavuka. Asemahle Zinia Makram. Lindokutle Fortunate Mhlanga. Tsepo Mjekulwa. Martha Mapefo Mochwane. Matlatse Mochwene. Posisa Nongayo. Your God. Lerato Pushelecho Sechololo, diploma obtained with distinction. Zintle Tracy Sibagnoni. Livwani Charlotte Singo.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Marlies Hlangwani. Congrats. Matlakala Nancy Kubiana. Congrats. Camera. Timpo Masuku. Tumelo Matlawa.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Tiraiwi Maski Machiva receives the diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receives the national diploma. Kibabe Tsui Lishonolo Nkata. Matsela Sophia Onyane. Homotso Jubilant Malesa.
Oh, that was beautiful, eh? Yes, I want that Siana Marena too. And I also like the fact that some of you have indicated that you're coming back. Yes, you saw the gentleman making a turn and saying, I'm back here, I'm back here. Indeed, let's congratulate our graduates today. Give them a warm applause. Congratulations to a job well done. Lishumile. Itirile sisi. Oshuma. Gamanda, gamanda. Jullie werk. It is indeed a pleasure to see you go through this, over this red carpet here. I've been given the assurance that a new one will be bought for next year, so that when you walk on it to that side, you feel the comfort and the sense of achievement. Yes, and you'll even miss that there's a chair there that needs to give you a tap. That's how the new carpet will be like, but it will be red. Yes, and I'd just like to, in particular, congratulate our students, our graduates here, who got into this hall with the title of Miss and Mr. And as they walk out of here, they are called doctors. From this now on, we have Dr. Busi Swadiana. We have Dr. Simon Teburo Lebaka. We have Alugumi Ndo, Dr. Alugumi Ngo. We have Dr. Kanyisile Twabu. We have Dr. Tsibo Khoto Matsekulung. We have Dr. Henok Asfau Hailu. And then we have Dr. Mbulaeni Mbengwa. It gives great pleasure to give you this recognition and for a job well done. So those of you diplomats, the road is still open for you. Bachelors, the road is still open for you. Unisa has got its doors wide open for you. Our honor students and our masters, this is your home. You have joined an illustrious list of people who have graduated from this university, and it still opens its arms and wants to welcome you as students. So it is indeed a great pleasure. So I would just like you, the graduates, because you have worked hard and you have had the support of your family, of your spouses, of your partners, and in some cases even your children. They've sacrificed a lot to get you here. Why don't I just ask you to stand up and wave that certificate at them and say thank you. I know some of you, when you leave here, already beautiful things have been prepared for you, including sumptuous dinners tonight. Yes, so just as a token of saying, well done, well done. And in some cases, some chickens have lost lives already. But it is in the spirit of this kind of achievement after this hard work. You have been through COVID. I mean, you recall what COVID situation was like. You know, you could get to a place, a building, a campus such as this, and you wouldn't see a soul, a single soul walking about. And yet we were expected to submit those assignments, to work on your proposals, and you did it. So, let me just congratulate you, and I'm extremely proud that you chose to study at this prestigious university, Unisa, which for more than a century has produced and turned out to be a prolific producer of illustrious list of leaders in Africa and the world. In various disciplines, you should cherish the privilege bestowed on you to study here and to have followed in the footsteps of those great pioneers. I've already illuminated on the history of this institution, and you are following on the path of those pioneers. After all, as the biblical script says, many are called, but few get chosen. Yes, many of you had colleagues and friends who studied with you in your first year of study here, and many of those have fallen by the wayside, and look where you are. So you should cherish and appreciate and be humble as well for the achievements that you have made. I know that sometimes we lecturers have given you a little bit of grief. We have sort of marked you in a way that you didn't expect, but what the heck, you are here today. All is forgiven, right? Oh, okay. We'll make it up to you, don't worry. Yes. So, as you move here, you got various responsibilities. Some of you are already in full-time employment. We would like to encourage you to pursue a life of curiosity, of inquisitive research. South Africa has a lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges that require the scientific skills that you have acquired as part of your studying. Be there, make a difference, find those solutions that are suited to African context. We cannot always look for the East, South Korea, China, India, to find solutions for our own problems. We need to find solutions ourselves. And you are that very engine. And I'd like to encourage you, I'd like to give you support and say, this shouldn't be the end. If you have a postgraduate, if you have got a PhD, there's a lot of postdoctoral studies opportunities for you. You can pursue research, you can do teaching, can provide support to those of us, of our students who are still doing undergraduate degrees. So there are opportunities for you to make a difference in the lives of our people in this country. With those few words, I just would like to say, well done, hambani kahle. Thank you very much. Oh, I didn't mean as living literally. Okay, apologies for that. Ladies and gentlemen, now that you have graduated, you have become part of the Unisa alumni. You are now part of the illustrious circle of excellence. Your responsibility is to contribute and help define tomorrow. There are many things you can do to help shape the future in service of humanity. I've already alluded to that. Become a tutor. You can become a tutor. Continue your lifelong journey with the College of Graduate Studies and produce knowledge that will help society. And lastly, donate to the University of South Africa Bursary Fund by using the online platform www.unisa.ac.za and go to the donate button. As a worthy graduate of this university, we are sure that you will realize the value of your diploma or your degree and therefore wish to provide other deserving students with an opportunity to study further. Become part of the hashtag Circle of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, after this announcement, I would like you to rise to the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 22 of the program, and to remain standing after the anthem to enable me to dissolve this congregation. You are also requested to remain standing while the academic procession leaves the hall. By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.